Now, Toyota has been known for their hybrids. The Prius, if you fill that up with gas, you can go a million miles, no troubles at all. But this is Toyota's first EV. Now, they're a little late to the electric vehicle party, but I think they've done a fairly decent job. They could take a bit more notes, but like I said, hybrids are their strong suit. I do like the look of the car. It's a very interesting look. Now, at the front, it does have that Prius look to it. It looks like a massive Prius, basically, that's a little bit more off the ground, but it's not too bad. I like these LED headlights. I think the black contrasts the white very well. On other colors, though, the black here and the black here and the black in so many other places does not look the best. But with the white, it actually fits really well. Obviously, you've got your electric tag here. There's no chrome trims on this particular car. Quite plain door handles. Most of these tend to have that handle that like goes inside when you unlock the car and comes back out when you lock it up. Again, some more black contrast in the back. I think they're doing a little bit too much with the black contrast, but let me not be a hater. The rear, don't get me started on the rear. What is this? What exactly is this? I've never seen spoilers like this, and it just irks me so bad. Like, why exactly do you have two small spoilers on the side? Also, you have no rear windshield wipers, so if you've got a bit of muck on the back of your car, yeah, all the best, bro. You've got a little lip here. I think the back is just, it's something anyway. It's something. You got a lot of black again here. I'm not really too sure what the point was with all the little like black contrast bits every single where. Obviously, like I said, it doesn't look too bad with the white, but nevertheless, doing a bit too much. You've got these like little accentuations on the body of the car for aerodynamics. Does that mean it goes faster than your usual EVs? No, it doesn't. Again here, white is the black mixing with the white on my charging port. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Obviously, you've got the AC charging and an extension as well for DC charging, which is great. It's also not one of the fastest charging EVs, but like I said, it's Toyota's first EV, so we can expect durability from Toyota every single time. There's no question about that. We can expect reliability. We can expect comfortability. So let's go inside and see how comfortable that actually is. So looking inside, like I said, my first impression, it's got a good bit of space, but if you're a little bit taller than me, I'm about 5'11". If you're a little bit taller than me, you might have some issue with like your knees resting on here, your knees being too close to the steering wheel. Obviously, this is adjustable. I do like the centerpiece. I think that like this middle part is really key in a lot of cars, and it dictates how much space you really have in a car. So for example, here, you've got a bit of space in here. You've still got your cup holder space. You've got this little space here as well for wireless charging. Thank God. You've got a USB-C port in there and your controls. So here we've got the gear system. So in order to do this, I'm actually going to put the car in actually. So you put the car in by stepping on the brake, hit the power button, and you push down. Now it's in neutral. Turn right to go into drive. Down again. Turn left to go into reverse. And here you have the reverse camera. Now, a lot of people said that this is not really like the best definition. I don't need my reverse camera to be any sort of definition. As long as I can see where I'm going, it's no problem at all. And there's poor lighting today. The weather isn't really the best, so it seems pretty good. It might be worse at night, but that's a different conversation. So once you hit the parking brake, the brake comes back up automatically. You've got Apple CarPlay here, wireless CarPlay, thank God. And you also have wireless Android Auto. So you've got eco mode. We've got when you're driving in snow, and this is the parking brake, but this comes up once you hit the P anyway. And then you've got auto hold. So if you're in traffic or something, you don't have to have your foot on the brake or put up the parking brake for a full 5 minutes. And this is one pedal driving. So this is the steering wheel from my perspective. Like I said, it's quite chunky. I don't like this look, to be honest with you, but there are a lot of controls. I don't know if that might distract people when they're driving though. And like I said, it does feel a little bit tacky and ancient because there's so many controls on the steering wheel. You've got cruise control, you've got lane assist, You've got different sorts of driving mode, which we will test. I was speaking about the one pedal driving, which is basically just regenerative braking. So what electric vehicles do is that it absorbs the kinetic energy from when you stop hitting the accelerator, so that that energy is not wasted. It actually just goes back into the EV. So your view of the dashboard is slightly obstructed. Now I could adjust the steering wheel to be a bit lower, but that is not comfortable. That's not a comfortable driving position. Oh, I could push it in actually. Okay. Still not really the best. And I can't really see unless I put it all the way down and it's touching my knees. But when it's out, yeah. Okay, this it's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird one. So I forgot to mention the key. It's kind of hard to see it while it's in this package, but it's quite bland. I mean, I wasn't really expecting too much anyway. So you've got your lock, you've got your unlock, you've got your boot open, and funny enough, you've got your AC, so you can actually turn on the AC without being in the car. No, nothing's happening. Okay, if I unlock the car and it's working. Yo, that's crazy, you know. You know when it's really cold and you don't want to be in the car whilst the AC is still warming up? This button right here could save lives, because you could literally turn this on about 5 minutes before you get in the car and you don't have to be in the car. That is so crazy. You can actually hear it. But funny enough, there's nothing showing on the screen, so people wouldn't even know that the car is really on. That is brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, let's turn the car on, and now we're gonna test the music. Okay, passenger seat, obviously we're having the same, knees on the centerpiece issue, but that's not really a problem because they've used the space quite well. We've got 2 USB-C ports in there. I really like this. This is such a cool fabric. Like, what exactly is this? But there's no glove box. Apparently the glove box was removed to allow for more space, but what car doesn't have a glove box? This is not, I mean, this is a fair amount of space, but everybody needs a glove box because this can be seen from outside. With the glove box, you can hide important stuff. But hey, to each their own. Obviously, we've got great speakers here. I think they're JBL speakers, and you've got a very nice amount of space here, to be honest, more than the Kia cars have on them. So I haven't moved the chairs in the front at all. And I just moved to the back, and there's still a good amount of space. Not even a good amount of space. This is beautiful space. Like, exactly what are we talking about? You've got decent head space as well. This particular car has been fitted with some leather trims on the seating, and that doesn't affect the heating at all, but it makes the cars nicer and it makes them easy to clean, because obviously leather is easier to clean than cloth material. You've got some storage here in the back. I will say it's a bit tight, but I think that's just because that's just the leather type that they put on the seats. And then we've got the USB-C ports, and this kind of reminds me of my grandma's car in Nigeria. Who really does visible vents anymore? Most of the vents these days are invisible, or like they're somewhere on the side of the door. There's supposed to be heated seat. There's heated seating in the back, I think. There should be. Surely there's heated seating, because that would be crazy, because even the 2021 Kia e-Niro has heated seating in the back. So does the EV3. Not sure where the bz4x has put its heated seating for the back. Now we're gonna have a look at the boot. I think the boot is probably the most interesting part of this car, because it opens automatically, and you have these buttons here, so you can close and lock it just with the touch of a button. It comes with its own charger for home charging, and it doesn't have a lip over, so you can really just like slide things in easily. I think it's about 452 liters of space in this, and I must say it's quite comfortable, to be honest. So a little problem here would be that the seat doesn't go fully down. So if you're putting something in, it's not going to stay straight down. The seats are a bit bumpy. There's a bit of space here as well. Now let's look at the sub trunk. There's a bit of space in this sub trunk, and this is actually a spot where you can put this trunk cover. You know, because a lot of times I find that in other cars, this trunk cover, there's nowhere to put it, and you have to like leave it at home or something if you have a lot of stuff. What car does not have the turny twisty thing for volumes? What do you mean I have to press a button every single time I want to adjust the volume? Are you mad? No, I shouldn't have to push this up every single time. I should be able to just twist and turn to the level that I want it to. Why am I consistently pushing this up or pushing it down? Like, no, come on guys. Okay, so right now I'm on the motorway. I'm about to push the car. Right now I'm chilling, but I'm about to push the car. But there's no noise. There's none of that that you hear in electric cars. I like it. And I feel like the wind noise, maybe it's just the weather today, but it's not really much wind noise. And the car is quite silent from the inside anyway. I'm stabbing it right now and it feels pretty comfortable. I think the suspension on the car, well, okay, we'll test that over bumps anyway. We haven't tested the suspension yet. But the comfortability whilst moving at high speeds is still pretty great. There's nothing really I can complain with the speed of the car, and overtaking and stuff, everything is really perfect. Like I feel attached to the ground. I feel like there's enough traction, there's enough grip right now. So there's not really a problem with any of that. Even though it's a big car, and sometimes you might think that big cars are harder to move. I know, especially with the Peugeot 5008, and I know that's a 7-seater, but with big cars, it is hard to like get them to accelerate really quickly. But obviously with electric cars, like the acceleration is absolutely mind-blowing sometimes. So if you're thinking of getting the Toyota bz4x, I won't fight you about it. But I think for the price, I mean, this car is from 45,000 to 50,000 depending on what you get. This particular car does not have the sunroof. I was really hoping to use the sunroof, but for 45 to 50,000, I was expecting a bit more from this car. I know it's bigger than the EV3. It's more of an EV6, more of a Model Y, and it does have enough storage. It does have enough comfortability. And if you want durability and reliability, Toyota is definitely your car. But when you compare with Kia, who has actually been a pioneer with electric vehicles since about 2018, I don't know if this car is really worth it. No glove box, no frunk. I mean, you're not really using the frunk anyway, but it's still something interesting to have. Do you know what I mean? And this chunky steering wheel, I don't really think there's anything about the bz4x that really puts it above other EV cars. But nevertheless, those are just my opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Hope to see you in the next video, guys.